I've got the PING G425 iron with me today, and what I'm going to do is compare it against the best-selling iron of all time, the PING i2 iron. Let's get right into the video. Alright then, what's going on guys and girls? Welcome back to the GolfMagic channel. I'm Alex, the video and equipment editor here at GolfMagic, and today I'm bringing you another episode of our brand battles. But this time, it is old versus new. So today I've got the PING G425 iron, very new release, got amazing reviews from us included. It's always straight, it always goes a long way, and for me, it's actually got in the bag whilst I'm kind of in between clubs. The competitor is the PING i2 iron, released in 1982 and sold and produced for over a decade. This is the best-selling iron of all time, and it revolutionized the golf club industry. It is hugely accessible because of its just design, its actual technology behind it, and it just performed very, very well. But how big of a difference is there going to be between a club made in 1982 and a club made in 2021? 40 years of technology and just other things have changed. But let's just talk about the looks of them to begin with, because to be honest, I understand that they look completely different. Obviously, the PING G425 iron is completely different in its design, but the actual shaping of it, not too far apart in comparison to other old versus new ones we've done before. I understand it's an iron, so it can't be too different, but the overall actual design shaping is pretty similar. It's very clear to note that the irons are obviously 40 years apart. This one does look like it is made in 1982. This one does look like it's made in 2021. But how are they going to feel? They're both cast irons. They both are probably going to feel quite similar. But let's give them a quick hit and just see how they feel. Okay, so I've hit these two clubs, the PING G425 and the PING i2 iron here on the Trackman at Cromhouse Golf Club. What are my thoughts? Well, there are a few notable things, but for two cast clubs, they don't feel that different, and that's not that surprising really, especially as the PING i2 is the great granddad of the PING G425. The main thing I noticed is that just in terms of how I would like a club, the PING G425 is nicer. It's a little bit hotter off the face. It's a little bit softer as well, which is really important for a cast club. And those misses, you do generally just get a little bit more tighter dispersion in comparison to the PING i2. There was a few shots that I hit a lot out of the heel for the PING G425. They were still going at my average distance of around 190 to 200 yards, which was very, very good. Still though, the PING i2, I'm a bit surprised by this club because it does have that soft feel as well that you don't really expect in cast clubs, but you do still have that feel when you hit it off the toe, out the heel, that is a little bit, you don't really want it. But when you hit it out the middle, it did feel really nice, and that is quite surprising for a cast club. And looking down at it, you would expect clubs that are 40 years old to be, I don't know, not pretty ugly, not having that kind of modern feel to it. I do think that is still the case, but it's not a club that I look down at and go, ugh, it's not very nice. It still has that game improvement style to it, and it's not really that ugly, which in other videos that I've done, notably the Cobra Rad Speeder versus the Cobra King Cobra Deep Face, that one was a horrid club. So this one is something that you could actually put in the bag and still really just get decent numbers with. Before I get on to the data part of this video, it is worthwhile to note that the PING i2, this one here, the loft of this 6-iron is 36 degrees. If you don't know what that means, well, this one here, the PING G425, is 30 degrees. So easily 2 clubs difference. This is not a 6-iron. This here is an 8-iron, and this here is a 6-iron. It just shows that golf club manufacturers have amped up the lofts of game improvement irons, and that's not really that surprising. I do understand why they've done this, but it's interesting to see the PING i2 be such a weak loft, and makes you think that those professional golfers, such as Jack Nicklaus and many, many more players who played in that time period, how far will they hit it today with all the new technological advancements that we have? Let's now just hit these clubs and get some data for them. I reckon this is going to go probably about 40 yards less than this, and my swing speed is going to be lower as well. But let's just give it a go and just see how I get on. you what, that's not actually... That's the distance. Right then, so I have hit these two pretty impressive clubs now, pretty consistently. I've hit the PING G425 a lot more just because I've had it in my bag for the last 6 months or so. And what are my thoughts? Well, I'll echo what I said previously, is that the feel is quite similar, and I'm actually really impressed with the PING i2. Let's talk about that one first. For me, I've tested a lot of golf clubs, and when I was in my junior days, I would switch golf clubs, golf sets, just every single week, just because I wanted to. It was my hobby, and it was really pointless because just playing this one here, any single player who's just started playing golf, anyone who's probably handicap 20 and up, could easily play these clubs. They're 40 years old, but they feel pretty good, and although they're not as good as the PING G425 range, and I always recommend those, for a fraction of the price, you'll probably get an iron set of these for about 100 quid. They do perform quite well. So I'll put the data up on the screen now, and as you can see, I'll show you from the Trackman itself that I was getting about 170 yards with this 6-iron. The disparity in the dispersion of which was going all over the place though, and that was actually with distance. So I wasn't getting that fast ball speed or smash factor. My club head speed was a little bit down, which is completely to be expected because you've got a smaller club with higher lofts. But still, it was going between, let's say, 155 to 180, which isn't actually that bad for a club that has 36 degrees of loft. I was noticing though that I would get diminished a little bit if I did hit it out the heel or the toe, but for a club that's 40 years old, I'm really impressed with this because I would expect a lot worse really. I would expect something that wouldn't be really even categorized as game improvement. I think it would be something that if you hit out the heel or the toe, you're in massive trouble, like see you later. Kind of similar to the King Cobra Deep Face that was made 20 or so years ago. This one, double that, and it still performs really, really well. So for me, the PING i2, it echoes why it was the best-selling iron of all time. It's because you can still use it 40 years on, which I'm pretty blown away by. The PING G425, let's talk about that quickly. That iron, if you haven't seen our review of it, I do think it is one of the best game improvement irons that has been made in recent time. It does provide every single asset that you'd want from a game improvement iron, in that it's forgiving, it goes a long way, it looks nice, and it's not too expensive either. And with PING, you get a lot of custom fit options. So as I said, that one is really fine-tuned towards my dodgy swing. I'll put the data up on the screen from Trackman now, and as you can see, it was getting roughly that yardage, so between 200 and 210 yards. So yeah, 30 or 40 yards longer, and you can see with that, the data is just better overall, better spin rate, better ball speed, better smash factor, and it just shows that what golf club companies have done, what manufacturers have done, is make sure every bit of data that can be improved has been. So the smash factor, ball speed, club head speed is now optimal. It's the best it can possibly be. So that just shows the difference between them. But that's not to say that the PING i2 has anything wrong with it. It's an exceptional club, and I still think anyone could use this. If you guys are in the market for a cheap set of clubs, go on eBay, get this PING i2, and you will not be disappointed. Still though, obviously there has to be a winner of this video, and it is clear there was never really a massive competition. The PING G425 iron is heads and shoulders above this one, just because it is a complete high handicap player's set. So still, between PING, they've done unbelievably well, and to be honest, I can't wait to put this on the course because it's good putting it on a launch monitor, but it'll be even more interesting putting it on an actual course outside. What I'm going to do now is, although the yardages are a little bit different, let's put it on a signature hole. Let's go to Adair Manor and see how close I can get these two clubs, because I feel like the PING i2 definitely has a Hold'em on it. So let's see how I get on. That's the one. Woo-wee. Ooh, okay. Not bad, but wow. All right then, so as you can see, the PING i2 actually won that round. Albeit from different places, you can see that the PING i2 was going from about 175 yards, this is going from 207 yards. So it's almost like I'm hitting a 4-iron and then a 6-iron, or even a 6-iron and an 8-iron. So a little bit different, but either way, for a comparison piece, the PING G425, as I said, is a better iron, but still, I'm very impressed by the PING i2, and I think if you guys are in the market for a cheap set of irons, even though they're 4 years old, have a look on eBay, because PING, in terms of the generational irons they have, they're all superb. I cannot fault any of them. So yeah, if you're in the market for a cheap set of irons, go for the PING i2s, because you won't be disappointed. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave a like down below and let me know what you guys want me to compare next in the old versus new. There's a lot of things I want to do. I'm looking at Nike actually, because although they've gone out of business in terms of the actual club manufacturing, I think there could be a lot of interesting stuff I could do with that. But if you guys want to see something, let me know down in the comments and I'll get that scheduled straight away. If you guys are new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below to keep up to date with all our comparison pieces, brand battles, tour chats, and much more to help you guys keep entertained and to help you guys with your game for all of 2021. I'll see you guys at the next video.